I'm still going to the jingle. Don't you like the jingle? I think it was pretty cool. Yeah, we all start jamming here. Well, maybe I'm the only one that's jamming. No, I'm dancing on my own. Morning, everybody, and welcome to the Builders Live. It's Thursday, and my goodness, we have got the most exciting time for you in gardening right now. Right now. From now until second week of June. Yes, now's your window. This is the window for some up until the end of May. And you know, time is flying now. Time is like flying. Where are we? We were like, what happened to the first few months of the year? It was January. And then we just jumped to April. Wow, hello. Anyway, guys, we've been really, really busy. We've been doing lots of filming for the Builders YouTube channel. Guys, there's some amazing DIY videos there and just some interesting things. So if you want to learn about a security lock, if you don't understand how this thing works, or should I get a portable swimming pool? Yeah, I know it's the end of summer, but you know, we still have hot days. How should I be doing things? What are the pros and cons? You're on that channel. Some of you are watching from Facebook. Some of you are on YouTube. But get onto the Builders YouTube channel and you'll see there's loads of info. Check out Exo and Kevin. They're really some fantastic presenters, and they really do give you a lot. We've been filming some gardening clips as well. And I can't wait for you guys to see them. Very, very exciting indeed. And it's a beautiful day out. I'm in KwaZulu-Natal. I don't know where you guys are, so let me know where you are, because I want to weather check. Because weather apps, sometimes they're not right, eh? Yeah, it's going to be raining. It's meant to be raining, and you're sitting there and you've got like layers of sunscreen on because you're busy dying in the garden. So, guys, give me a weather check. But before we get into that, start sending those through. Tell me, where are you guys? What's cooking? Let's see who's online for this morning. So Felicity's here. Good morning from Ganubi. Oh, lovely. Carol van der Merwe, good morning. You've been waiting to attend for so long. What do you mean you've been waiting to attend? Carol, remember that if you miss out, like a lot of us can't do 11 o'clock, okay, we're meant to be like working, you know, so you minimize your screen in your bottom left-hand corner of your computer. And then you put your earphones in and then you watch it from there. Or else, okay, maybe that's not such good advice, but what you can do is, remember later on, you can always watch it by just scrolling back and going onto the link of the YouTube event on the Builders Facebook, and you can just click on it and you can rewatch it. So it's kind of live, but also not live. It's like live there forever. It lives forever. Yes, okay. Stephen, good morning. Good morning from Yuxke Park. Gugu, good morning from Newlands. Ilza from Ferndale, Johannesburg. Tanya Vesma, good morning. Lesego from Pretoria. Vaneshri Reddy from Durban. Deirdre from Somerset West. I'm hoping to head to the Cape soon. Yes, I just have to deal with the things in my head. Anyway, Stephen, good morning. Who else have we got here? Let's jump to page 2. Nombozima, good morning from Josie in Randburg. Maureen Francis Byrne, Kihan. Oh, you're melting in Hillcrest. Bronwyn's from Hilton, KZN. Carol's from Hillcrest. Did I say that already? Who else? Let's have a look. Let's jump to this next page over here. Robin is on. Lost my job because of COVID last year, so these things keep me going. Oh, hang tight, guys. Things are turning, things are improving. So really, just hang tight. Guys, let's get here. Let's see who else is there. Sue, Galvin Anthony. Good morning from George. Heidi from Port Elizabeth. Louise from Little Falls. Jim from Johannesburg. Susan from the Western Cape. You guys are all over. Awesomeness. And we've got Joan from Tanya, Richard and Joan from Bloemfontein. Michelle's from us, Morningside, Johannesburg, nice and sunny. Tanya Visser says, or just go onto YouTube. Yes, and all the live shows will be there. Tanya, I'm very glad I have IT specialists like you guys around, because I ain't know nothing about these things. I break them. All right, guys, so today we're talking winter color, and with all things set aside, all the beautiful things that we have in gardening, this really is a spectacular time. It honestly is. There's this window, and you know, I kind of wait for it, and I wait for it, and I wait for it, and I'm a very impatient gardener. Believe it or not, a hugely impatient gardener. I'm like you guys, you know. I keep walking into my local builders. I keep walking and say, "Are the pansies here yet? Where are the pansies here yet?" And we've got to be patient, because it's about nature. Nature will let us know when the right time is to plant these guys. So there is this window. The window is now. It is from now onwards. The late Nancy Gardner, who was an amazing, absolutely amazing gardener, and funny enough, her surname was Gardner, she used to say from second week of April until the end of May, excuse me, I got a tickle, I got a frog. Ek het 'n padda in my keel. That is the time, folks, that you need to plant. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the peas, okay, the peas, and we call them the winter peas. So what are they? Pansies, poppies, primulas, and petunias. Those are the 4 P's, and those are the most important stalwarts in any winter garden. And you know, this story about, oh, my winter garden looks so terrible, the grass is brown, everything's looking awful, I'm depressed, I'm Nora, I want to slash my wrists. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. In fact, it's so close, it hangs on spring as a close second best. Because in spring it's when they really all just blossom, but you've got to get them in now. You've got to get them in now so that you don't end up suffering from one of the 7 deadly gardening sins. There are 7 deadly gardening sins, and one day we're going to talk to you about those, but some of them are a bit X-rated, but never mind. But the 7 deadly gardening sins, one of them is jealousy, jaloers. And jealous, are you jealous? Yes, happens to be one of the 7 deadly gardening sins. And how does that arrive? Well, it's quite simple, guys, because when you go over to your mate for a chop and dop, you're going to visit them on a Saturday afternoon, or you're going to watch the rugby with no people in the stands. I know, high shame. Anyway, when you go and do that, and in their garden the poppies are flowering, the little gesiggies, which are the little pansies and violas, are looking amazing, everything is looking stunning, and you think, wowza, I want these. So you rush out to your local builders and you have a look and you ask them, where are they? And they say, no, it's too late. The season's over for that. Daai bussie het gery. Lang al. And that's the point, guys. The point is that you've got this time to plant them. So tell your friends and family, post it on your Facebook, plant your 4 P's. Very important. Very, very important. Okay, let's see who else has joined us. We've had a few little scragglers coming on board here. So let's see who else is here, guys. Sandra, good morning. Nice to meet you. Good morning, Sandra. Carmen's on watching from Northcliffe. Barbara, where are you from? Barbara, you never told us. Yvonne, okay, Yvonne's got a question. We're going to get to those later. Sandra, there we go. You're from Kempton Park. Well done. Ruth is from Gauteng. Celeste is from Middelburg, Mpumalanga. TK Cholo from Bloemfontein. Hey, you sound like a rapper, dude. Oh, man. Guys, everybody seems like they're in a really, really good mood. Let's get on the bussie. Donna. Ja, waar ry die bussie? Okay. So guys, before we start telling you about all the most beautiful things, I want to just take one step back. And that one step back is all about preparation. And we go on and on and on about it. But folks, it's so important. It really, really is. It is the foundation which decides your plants are going to be amazing, they're going to be average, they're going to be okay, or they're going to be like terrible. Okay, that's the bottom line. And you make that choice. You make that choice when you are going to plant them. And I know we're all busy, but you know what happens? We go to builders, we see all these beautiful plants. Oh, and dan koop ons baie, ne? Ons koop. And we have got like loads of these things. We've got loads of these plants. And we've got them all, and we're carrying, and we get home, and quickly, we've got to get the ice cream because the ice cream's in the car, and we've still got to like pack that in. And what happens? We forget about these little babies sitting in the car. And the temperature gets hot in the car. Hot. And the next thing you go in to go and fetch them when you remember, and they are flat. They have been put through the most extreme heat because the temperature in a car is on average 10 degrees higher than it is outside. So 25, 35, you get it. Those guys are going to fry, man. They are going to fry. So guys, get the plants out of the car, all right? First step, get them out the car. Second step is, when you buy pansies, violas, any seedlings, whether it's even a beautiful pot of lobelia, and you put them in your boot, yeah? You put them in your boot of your car, okay? And off you go, around the first turning circle. And you think you're like Ayrton Senna. Who's that guy? Who's the other guy who's leading at the moment? What's his name? Help me? Anybody? Hamilton! But I think he's going to not be pimped. I think he's in for trouble. I'm eagerly awaiting. Anyway, you're around the first turning circle, taking the bend, tucking into the corner, all right? Indicate and accelerate, and you're taking out that car behind you on the left. You can see it in your blind spot. And away we go. And you're out the turning circle. Hi, boy, but when you get home, this is what you find. That's what you find. I know you've been there. Come on, guys. Tell me who's been there. Come on, tell me. I know you've been there. Look at them. Sometimes the plant has even removed itself from the pot. It is out. It's gone. The pot's lying here and the plant is lying there. And you're like, oh, Corneels. Oh, ons het 'n probleem hier. Houston, we got a problem. All right, so guys, the first thing I want to tell you about is packing your car. And it sounds very, very doof and very simple, but it is a mistake that we have all made. And I want to see who's made this mistake. Mine are burning, leaves wilting. Okay, oh yes. Okay. I want to see who's made. Cookie. I just getting emojis. Emojis, that means I are guilty. Tanya, yes. Yeah, you're out there. Okay. So when you are buying your beautiful seedlings, nobody can have enough compost. So when you buy your little violas or whatever, this is the side of the car, you buy a bag of compost and you put the bag of compost snugly against them to hold them in place so that when you go through the turning circle, they don't fling all over the place. Oh, caramba. Yeah, Donna, you've done that. A garden in Baboot, Teresa, you've done that. Yes, Vilna. Yeah, you have done it as well. Oh, wait. Who's this? That is my husband who packs them in the car. You've just thrown him under the bus. Onder die busie, nee. So guys, please, and you can never have enough compost. This is Garden Master organic compost. Guys, it's the Builder's brand. You can never have enough. Really, really never have enough. So please make sure that you pack your plants properly. Right, now let's get into the prep. You've got your area, remember, couple of rules. Your peas, okay, what are they? Primulas, poppies, petunias, and pansies. That's right, and your pansies. They need sun. They need a minimum of 4 hours sunlight a day in order to do well, a minimum. Okay, preferably full morning sun or full afternoon sun or even a full day sun. If they're in those positions, they are going to be happy and they will give you what you require of them and they'll delight you for months and months and months. If you plant these in this window period now and you look after them, like I'm going to tell you, guys, they will go right through until October, November, sometimes even December. I promise you. But it's all about how you take care of them. So in prepping your soil, please choose areas that are like close to the house, all right? Because this is where you're spending your money. This is color. Color is a little bit more expensive, but man, it gives you such reward. So plant these close to the house, put them in pots, put them in hanging baskets. You can really go wild with them. Okay, and we are going to show you some other options as well. The next thing, prepping your soil. Guys, remember, thick layer of compost on top of the soil, okay? Before planting. Thick layer, a handful of some Atlantic Bio Ocean, all right? Get that in, a handful. Some bone meal. If you've got dogs, use superphosphate rather, please. Handful of that, and then you dig it in and you scoffle it in. And you really dig that in. And you dig that down to a fork's depth. Okay, very important. You dig it down to a fork's depth so that you've turned all of that in. If your soil is very, very dry and poor, so you've got a poor soil. It's one of those soils that a lot of people called oily. It's when you water it and the water just runs off. It doesn't soak in. Okay, it means that you need more compost. You can never have enough compost in your soil, guys. So that means you're needing more organic matter. So add that in. But another thing that works exceptionally well, and we're going to show it to you just now. Let me move these out the way here. Remember, if you've got poor soil that doesn't hold water very well, remember this product works brilliantly. It's available at every builder's across the country. It's called Hydro Cash. Guys, it is a polymer. What is a polymer? It's a little, gel-like product. And basically what you're going to do is I want you to take, let's just do that. All I want you to do is you take a little scoop that it comes in and you can see there it is. And it's got a carbon additive to it. This is 15 grams. Now 15 grams will cover about 1 square meter. Okay, so that's quite a lot, eh? 1 square meter. And all you're going to do is you're going to sprinkle this on top of your compost, okay? Sprinkle it on top and you're going to turn that in with your compost, with your Atlantic Bio Ocean, with your superphosphate, all your bone meal. So you're going to dig that all in nicely. And what's it going to do? It's going to do this. So look here, I'm taking this, I'm popping it into a glass of water because I want to show you the amazing capability of this product. We were planting up some hanging baskets just the other day, and we used this, we used half one of those little measuring cups, half inside the hanging basket mixture. Guys, and I didn't water that hanging basket for 3 days after it was planted. 3 days. And let me tell you, everything was still sitting upright, not wilted at all. Incredible. Okay, so let's just stir this up because I want to show you what happens when you've sprinkled this on the surface and then you've watered. What happens when you water? Interesting. Look what's happening. These little granules are now sucking up all the water. Oh, okay, that's quite interesting. And, which means that, oh look, my spoon's standing straight up. Ha, ha, ha. So it sucked up all the water, guys. What happens is when it's been dispersed in amongst the soil, when your plants need the water, when you're not around to give them the water that they need, those little roots just suck the water back up out through these little granules. So containers, hanging baskets, poor garden soil, it's a winner. And it's not that expensive, please, so get out there and get it. It really is such an important ingredient to add to your preparation. Okay, so we've got that, we've got the compost, we've turned it over, now we're ready to plant. Ho-ho! Okay, remember, it's all in the prep, guys. It really is all in the preparation. Please So important. Get that right and you'll be good to go. I see there's some questions about what we can do in the shade, and I'm going to touch on that in a second. So, all right, to explain, because a lot of the plants that you buy are green, okay? A lot of them are green, like this. They don't have their flowers on yet, and this is a little Primula malacoides. You don't get them with flowers on. Unlike a little pansy, a little viola here, it has the flowers on. You can see, I are yellow, okay? No. So in order for you to get the right idea, to know exactly what you want, I'm going to show you what these plants look like, because very often plants like this are swished by. You just don't even pay attention to them in builders because they don't have a flower. And it's not always about the flower now. It's about having a bit of patience. Patience! Okay, right. All right, so what's the name of the jelly powder? It's called Hydro Cash. Let me show you. Where's the thing? Mace, just show them here. It's called Hydro Cash. That's what it's called. Guys, it's water retaining gel, and it's for carbon loading your garden. Okay, that's the name of the stuff. All right, got it. Okay, right. Now. Okay, Teresa, your soil is waterproof. Hey, boy, what's that mean? Okay, right. Okay, so what I want to do is, guys, to show you what things are and what's cooking and what these plants are and how we can use them in the garden. I've prepared a little PowerPoint show for you of some beautiful, beautiful gardens that will show you where you can plant them, how you can plant them. While you're going through this, please just keep thinking of your garden. Oh, where would that work? Oh, where would that work? Okay, so, and have a pen and paper, please, or have your cell phone, write notes to yourself, send yourselves an SMS, whatever it takes. Okay, so let's go to it and let's have a look. Right, there we are, guys. Now, let's just get my little laser pointer thing going. Now, the one here, can you see this little red thing? No, your eyes aren't playing tricks with you. This is my little laser pointer that I've got on the left-hand side of your screen. Guys, this is called a Primula malacoides. That's the green one we showed just now. All right, you can see that image on your right. You can actually see the leaves. There we go. There they are. Those were the little green ones. You saw that shoot up very, very quickly. So you get them in a lavender and you get them in a white. You also get them in a mix. These are perfect for, and listen carefully, early morning sun or shade. Okay, they can go in full sun, but you end up having to water a lot. Okay, so I'm not saying that you can't. You can, but it just the upkeep of them really is quite challenging. So rather early morning sun or dappled shade or quite heavy shade. Primulas, love it. And let me tell you, once you've had primulas in your garden once, they are miracle little plants. They'll just keep reseeding, and as soon as the temperatures start cooling down, our garden now, the bank under the trees, is full of these little guys, these little volunteers that just pop up in your garden like, hi, here I am. Don't forget about me and don't think I'm a weed. Okay, so those are primulas, guys. I love them, absolutely love them. Next up are dianthus. Dianthus are fantastic. You're going to find these available in builders, either in pots, so they're going to be like this, like an instant plant. And don't be nervous to buy it, because I'll tell you why. Primulas, I beg your pardon, dianthus are actually a perennial. So if you look after it and you, once the flower is dead, all right, is finished going over, and you prune it back, that dianthus will go on and on and on for you up to 2 to 3 years. We've got white dianthus in the garden at the moment that have been going on. They're on their 3rd year now, and all we do is we nip the stalks back once they finish flowering, put a good handful of Atlantic bio-ocean around them, make sure we put a mulch around them, yes, and away they come again. This dianthus is called Bolt, and it will be available a little later in garden centers, probably in 2 weeks' time, guys, but it's beautiful, hey? And it's also lovely to use as a cut flower, but great winter color. All right. Oh, this is another little frilly dianthus. I love it. Remember now, this one will be available in little trays. So keep an eye out for them. those will have 1 or 2 flowers on them, which is great. So you can take them, use them in pots, hanging baskets, containers, or just on the border of your garden, just to brighten up areas. Next, a firm favorite, guys. Alyssum, man. And you know the beauty about alyssum? Take a look here, guys. You can buy them. This is the little purple. It's called lavender shades, I think it's called, purple shades. You can also get it in seed form, okay? You can get the packet of seed, which is really easy to sow. Remember, just follow the instructions on the back. Yes. If all else fails, read the instructions because it tells you what to do, how to sow it, blah, 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 okay? But alyssum is amazing. I love it, love it, love it. One little plant like this will get at least 20 to 30 centimeters. One little guy like this, that big. So that's what you must think about when you're planting them. Lots of sun. They've got the most beautiful honey fragrance. It's literally like opening a jar of honey and having a good sniff. You know, sometimes in the evenings, because that's when the scent is, late afternoon is really, really very pungent. I end up lying on the lawn and you're just like, it's like a drug. It's a sweet honey scent. So do think about alyssum, please. They are fantastic. I mean, look at that. On the edge of the rockery, next one, in a little window box, that's this little purple shades that I showed you. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, absolutely fantastic. Now look at this. There's a combination right there for you. So what is being used? Little violas. So it would be like that. There, the little violas in the back. Take a closer look right here. Little violas in the back and alyssum in the front. Okay, nice combination, guys. Such a nice combination. But now when we're talking about violas, I want you to come in close here. Now, guys, okay, let's look at this. This flower, he's good, okay? Right, still got a few more days. So is that flower, looking fantastic. Okay, this one is still pushing through, hasn't quite opened yet. Okay, you can see nice fresh petals, looking good, rigid, firm petals. But look at this little guy over here. What's going on? Yeah, turning a bit brown on the edges. They're looking a bit withered. Look, it's even starting to curl in. Okay, hy is nou klaar. It is finished flowering, this stalk here. So what you need to do, and please do this, please do this. Thumb and forefinger, follow it all the way down to where it joins the plant, okay? And nip it off. There. Okay. That is called dead heading. And if you do this, if you just do this, your little violas and pansies will go on and on and on right till that September, October that I was telling you about. Okay, let's show it to you again, one more time. This little guy's over. All right, he's actually starting to produce seed. Look here. We don't want seed. There, starting to make seed in there. We're not interested in seed. There's the little seed pod. Okay, because all the energy now is going into making seed for the next generation. We are not interested in seed. We want flowers. So take it, thumb and forefinger, all the way down to where it joins the plant and just nip it off. Nice and easy. Okay, that is called deadheading. Guys, do that and you're good to go. Please do that, and you do that with all of your flowers. Okay, right. I've been told I need to view the queue, but can I go through the PowerPoint first? Okay, right, okay. Oh, there's these technical people, they shout at me in the back here. But you know, they can't shout, so they write in capital letters on a whiteboard with exclamation marks. They push the pen hard. Okay, anyway, let's quickly look. Violas, pansies, guys, whatever your color palette is, whether it's bright orange, whether it's a beautiful blue, there's something for you, even in whites. They do wonderful in baskets. They are fantastic. They brighten up any winter garden. All right, poppies, guys. Now, poppies you can sow as seed. If you want to sow seed, sow it now, like now, this week. Get out there to builders, get your packet of poppy seed and sow them now. Or you can get them in trays. When you buy them, they are not going to be in flower. Okay, they're going to be green. That's perfect. That is the perfect time to put them in. Okay. Sun, they'll get about that tall, beautiful for picking, guys, and the bees feast in them. just feast. I look at that. Who doesn't want that border? Look at that guy on the left-hand side. Beautiful border of poppies, and then in front, you've got the white alyssum. What a winning combination. Okay, and then guys, and with the pansies as well. Remember, you can also sow them via seeds, okay? There are many different varieties. Grab a packet, sow the seeds, follow the instructions, and you're good to go. Okay, now, this beautiful Namaqualand daisies. Oh gosh, this picture was taken in my garden many moons ago. But that is what a simple packet of seed can do for you. It doesn't cost a lot. You get a whole lot of seeds in one packet, all right? And these you can sow directly into your garden. So what I recommend when you are sowing Namaqualand daisies, which you need to sow now, you can sow right up until the end of May. Hot sunny spot, poor soil, they love it. They just love it. They want to be treated badly. Your first 2 weeks of when they're germinating and just starting to push through, please make sure you water them every day or every other day, just until they've germinated and got a bit mature. After that, you can cut back on the watering. But what I do is this, guys, and it makes life so much easier. When you're sowing packets of seeds like this, it's like you open up the packet, you're like, oh my gosh, where are these seeds? Oh, here they are, okay. Now this packet says it's going to cover like, what does it say here? It's going to cover about 4 square meters. These seeds, you've sown 1 square meter and like there are no seeds left. You're like, oh, MG, where'd they go? Okay, so it's really difficult to get that distribution. So what I do is I take the seeds, throw them into a bucket, okay, and I am going to do a mix, and I'm going to add into this. So imagine this, the beautiful yellow, okay, of the Namaqualand daisies, and I've got this lovely purple shades of alyssum, which is going to pop up in between them. Nice combination, okay? So I take that seed and I add it to the bucket as well, because look how small alyssum seed is. Don't sneeze, guys. It's gonna go somewhere. Okay, so I take that and I add that in. All right, so I'm making like my own little seed mix here. Mix it together, and then what I do is the following. No, we always talk about this stuff, guys, but we talk about it for a reason, because it is so amazing. It's palm peat. Remember, what you do is you take one of these blocks. I pop it into a Tupperware. I add 5 liters of water, and it swells up to form this beautiful block. I take some of this because now it's easily broken down, and this holds moisture. It's soft, it's friable, it's really easy to work with, and I add a few handfuls into my bucket of seed mix. Okay, just add it in. Okay, then the next ingredient I'm adding is some vermiculite. Now, we've spoken about vermiculite. It has amazing water holding capacity. Why are we going on about water holding capacity with the palm peat as well? Well, that's because the initial few days of germination is so important that your seeds don't dry out. So probably 1 or 2 handfuls of vermiculite will be perfect, and then a good mix, guys. Mix it in. Okay, so now what I've done now, I've made your life very, very easy. I've mixed the seed in with this, give it a good mix. So if you have a look, let's have a close look here. Oh, there's a seed. Okay. Oh, there's another seed. Okay, so what's happening now is we've mixed the seed all in to our vermiculite and our palm peat mixture. Now it's easy to go and sow, because now you can take a handful and sow it quite liberally, knowing that you're going to get your right coverage, because I know it's really hard to be able to get the seeds out of those little packets in exactly equal quantities, and then you have 1,000 little seeds coming up in 1 square centimeter, and it gets really challenging. So please do this. I know that mine is mixed now, and after the live, I'm going to go and find a beautiful sunny spot, prepare the ground, and then just pop them in. Really, it works incredibly well. Okay, right, that's Namaqualand. Let's get going and look at them. Oh, look at those little faces. Mummy, aren't they too cute? They really are fantastic, and they do the job beautifully. Remember, lots of sun, and they'll be very, very happy. Okay, petunias, that was one of the peas. They're great for winter gardens. Remember to deadhead them as well. Exactly the same. This is a little mini petunia. In fact, I've got one over here. Look at this little baby. Oh, my mommy. Look at it. Look at you. So this is a little mini petunia. What is its full name? It's a hybrid petunia, but look at the size. Look, its flowers about as big as my thumbnail. It is so cute, very giving, will flower lots and lots, great in pots. Remember the same thing, when the flower is finished, okay, like this little guy, he's gone over. Oh, look, he just fell off their butt. Now, these are called, you either pull this off, or they're also called self-cleaning. Now, a lot of the hybrid plants have got to the point now where they will actually almost expel the flower quite naturally on their own. But what I still encourage you to do is still go in and just nip that off, okay? It just, all it does is it takes the energy away from those little petals over there, or those little leaves. They're actually called sepals. This part of the flower is actually called a sepal. Take them away, and the plant will put much more energy into producing beautiful flowers. Okay, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Okay, right, fantastic. Look at them. Look at these petunias. Beautiful in a windowsill planter there. And then we've got foxies. Guys, foxgloves are brilliant. You can get them in seed form as well, but you also can buy them as either mature plants or in punnets at your local builders. They prefer semi-shade, so a morning sun, afternoon shade, or late afternoon sun, or even a dappled shade under trees. They love it, but guys, they get tall, eh? They get tall. So foxies will get hip height easily. I had one in my garden last year that was over shoulder height. True story. They're absolutely gorgeous to give some height in the back of borders. So there you go. Look at them doing their work. And then we've got delphiniums. Those are the guys in the back there. Look at them over there. They're just fantastic. So those give you height. Delphiniums are more for the sun. Okay. Much happier in the full sun. Right, let's close this slideshow, guys. And now I believe there's lots of questions on the queue. So if I can find my way to get back there. Let's have a look here. There you are. There you are. Okay. Shirley Antic, what are you asking? Once you sow the seeds. No, view queue. Right. Okay, right. I'm there. Do you cover the seeds with more compost? Yes, Shirley. So once you've sown the seeds, you then need to take, all right, you can take a rake depending on how fine the seed is. So for like this, for this that I've mixed here, okay, so this beautiful mixture here, because I've prepared the ground, I literally throw this on, and then I take a metal rake and I just rake it a few times because it's such a big area. Rake it a few times, it gets the seed buried, give it a light watering, and you're good to go. If you are sowing seed out of a little packet like this, directly into your garden beds, yes, then get some fine potting soil, okay? Or you could use a mixture of the beautiful palm peat with a bit of potting soil, all right? And then you cover them lightly. And I mean lightly, a couple of millimeters, yes, that's right, millimeters. Literally just a couple, and then pat them down. It's important to pat them down, and then you give them a good watering. Okay, I hope that answers your... Can you plant roses in winter? Sandra, you can plant roses all year round. Any time that you want to plant them, you can plant them all year round. It just might mean that your roses will be asleep. Okay, it might mean that your roses might be dormant, so they might have no leaves. But most certainly you can plant them, and it just gives them a better head start for when spring arrives. But guys, that is not only what you can plant. And I want to show you here, because winter color, there are so many seeds available that are incredibly affordable. We've got Bok by Fachies, we've got Linarias, Virginian stocks, more stocks, beautiful marigolds, sweet peas, which remember you must soak overnight before, cornflowers, Beautiful snapdragons. I love them. Also give great height in the back of borders. Verbenas. So it's endless. It's endless. I end up like, oh, where am I going to plant all of you guys? I'm really, there's so much going on. So, guys, there's a lot to get in there. Let's see if there are a couple more questions, because then I've got something really special lined up for you. Mareka wants to know, if I've already planted seedlings, can I incorporate hydrocash? Yes, you can. And the way you need to do it is as follows. So, where's my hydrocash? Here it is. So what I want you to do, Mareka, is get a trowel or anything that's sharp object, okay? And if that's, say your seedlings are planted here, make a hole into the ground, okay? Into the soil, quite deep as you can go, all right? Wiggle it around, open it up so you've got a cavity, all right? So you've got a cavity going into right next to the plants. Take the dry hydrocash, okay? Take the dry stuff and then pour it down the hole. Pour it into the hole. Water it and then cover it up. Okay, because what will happen is the plant's roots will automatically gravitate to where there is water. Okay, so that will help you a great deal. So yes, you can. Right, and Eleanor wants to know, will you be covering some vegetables as well? We're doing veggies later on. A little bit later on, we're going to be doing veggies, but Eleanor, please keep an eye on and go onto the Builders YouTube channel, because I have done a lot of videos on small veggie gardens, what you can sow, good combinations, so please have a look at that, because you'll find a video there that is really going to help you. Okay, Yvonne, what is the best for chilies? So chilies are kind of going over now. It's their last big summer flush and they're going to sleep. So harvest your chilies. I wouldn't recommend sowing chili seeds now, especially if you're in the high veld. If you're in the more subtropical areas, you certainly can sow chilies now, and you do it the same way, okay? Using that same combination. Now, guys, before we run out of time, and I will get back to you to answer a few more questions, my friend Exo, who's one of the presenters on the Builders YouTube channel, I put him to the test and I said, dude, I would like a beautiful window box that I can plant up with some lovely winter color. So, yeah, his clip is going to be on the YouTube channel in fact, is it there already? It's there already. So his clip on how to make your own window box using a piece of shutter ply, which is as cheap as chips, guys. I put him to the task of making a beautiful window box and planting it up. But check this out here. This is a sneak peek of what he got up to.
Thanks, Tanya. It's a really simple DIY. It took longer for the paint to dry than it did to build it. All this is a box with legs and a decorative frame at the front. Everything I used, I got from my local builders. If you want to see how I made this, click the link in the description below. I've planted it up and I think it looks splendid. Over to you.
Wow. Exo, I think that the box is divine. In fact, it's here. It's here. Take a look at it. This is the beautiful window box that he made. Isn't it gorgeous? It is superb. Listen, the engineering in this is fantastic, and like I said, made from cheap as chips shutter ply, which the guys at Builders will literally cut for you with the dimensions that we give you. However, my friend, the planting, leave that up to me. I couldn't even see what you'd put in there. There was some little miniature, like, I don't know what they're called, pinheads. Anyway, dude, you got to hang out with me a little bit longer to get the planting sorted. But anyway, let's show you how to get this planted up, because I want to show you the possibilities, the entire possibilities of what you can put in here. So first up, remember there's some drainage holes, okay? Inside here, they've drilled a few drainage holes. It's been sealed. It's looking fantastic. Now, stay there. All that we do is we're adding in some weed guard. Now, we're adding in the weed guard at the bottom of our window box because that stops the soil from falling through, okay? If you don't put the weed guard there, as I'm adding in my potting soil, it's just going to start running through and mess up your entire patio. Really not cool. You're not going to be happy, and neither is dear husband. Okay. But you know we normally have to make all these potting mixes and we got to pimp it and we add this and we add some palm peat. Guys, we've got a new product that's available at Builders and I was so excited to find this. It's called Prime. It's pure organic potting soil with added plant food in it that will last for 3 months. It's got some palm peat in it. I opened the product, I've played around with it, and guys, it's superb. It really is a very, very good potting soil. So I'm truly delighted. Come and take a look here. You can see it's got the palm peat in it. I mean, look at it. It's friable. It smells good. And it's got a slow release fertilizer in it. This is superb. We're adding some of that into the base of our planting box. I'm going to add a second bag in. All right, add it in. There we go. 2 bags will be perfect for the base of our container. All right, now when you are planting up any container, guys, whether it's a hanging basket or whatever, you are only filling it up halfway. Okay, don't get excited and fill it all the way to the top. Okay, because then you're going to end up like a Jack Russell digging to take soil out to put it over here to fit the plant in. I've seen you do that. I've seen it. You're like, oh, okay. Or else you even try and take it and put it back into the bag. I've seen you've had it. You're like, okay, all right, I added a bit too much in there now. Okay, here we go. And sometimes you've only made the hole this big. I mean, come on, guys. Come on, let's make life easier. So we've got this. What I am just going to add to this, because it's all about planning. Okay, this is all about planning and making sure that it's going to go on, it's going to look amazing, and it's going to have everything that it needs, because this is going to go on for more than 3 months. This container is going to be a permanent fixture right through the winter and into the spring in my garden. So what I am going to add is some Atlantic Bio-Ocean. Remember, it's an organic fertilizer, guys, plus it's got some seaweed in it. Okay, it comes in this pelletized form, so it's got a composted seaweed and composted chicken litter. It cannot burn your plants because it is organic. You can never give it too much. You can give about 100 to 150 grams will go into this container and you'll be good to go. So what I'm going to do there is quickly just give it a little mix. Okay. Man, this potting soil is nice. And you know what I like about it is that it's still got moisture. Moisture is so important because all of our potting soils and compost are bark-based. And it's important because bark can only absorb so much water. And as soon as it dries out, it becomes more of a challenge for the plants, for the product actually, for the bark to actually reabsorb it. It becomes quite a challenge. So, all right, in here, I've got a beautiful combination of plants that are going to go on from now right through, as I said, right through the winter into the spring, and we're going to start off with this. I want to put in some height, okay? Now, I found a beautiful leptospermum. A leptospermum is a tea bush. Yeah, tea bushes, old-fashioned plant. Beautiful old-fashioned plant. Look at it, it's got great root system here. And this is going to give me just a little bit of height in my window box. So I'm going to, well, what is this, a window box or a planting box? I think it's a planting box. So I'm going to pop them right here. Do you see how easy it is when we filled it up 3/4? You're not having to dig and, yeah, no, life becomes much easier. This flowers in white, tiny, tiny, beautiful little white, all the way right up in late winter, early spring. It'll just be an absolute mess. So that little baby is going to go in there to give me some height. I've then got this lovely little dipladenia. Now, this is a dwarf. It's a bush dipladenia. It's not the climbing one. Ah, beautiful for pots. Lovely in the garden, but for me, it really is, it's for pots. This guy's for pots. One plant will become nice and globular, about 40 centimeters by at least 40 centimeters. So we're going to need to give it a bit of space. But they prefer the cooler months. So I'm going to pop that in there just for a bit of white. There we go. And I'm actually going to pop another one in because I want to get that continuation. So that little guy is going to go over there. So notice the thread. White, white, white. Okay. So that's going to be the basis of it. Once you have got your bigger plants in. Say these are the only big plants that I'm putting in those pots. Say it was that. Then you can start adding some more soil. However, I've still got a few more to put in. So what I'm going to be adding in here is a little Angelonia. Angelonias are fantastic. Remember, when you're taking plants out of black bags, do this, guys, okay? You grab it here. At the bottom, they fold it. These are the sleeves, and they fold it. You grab it there and there and there, hold the plant, and all you do is you pull it. There, nice and easy, okay? Nice big root system here, so I'm just going to open it up a bit. Open it up, and that little baby is going to go right in there. Okay, so those are the only big plants that I'm adding. Now, once we've done that, now we can comfortably start adding in some soil around these plants, and I decanted my potting soil into my Gucci handbag, which is my trug that is available at Builders. And guys, when you're looking for the trugs, you must go there to the bucket section. I think it's the bucket section in the building queue or the building line, one of those aisles. Go and look for your Gucci handbag, and you won't buy one. You'll probably buy about 100 of them because everybody steals them at home. Everybody will want to use the trug for something. So we're going to firm this up. Just make sure that you get it into the corners. Now, I know we're running and chasing the clock, so we are going to go really, really fast right now. I've got this beautiful blue lobelia, the one that nearly had the car accident when you went round the turning circle. Blue lobelia, very, very good annual. Now, if you're worried about it coming out the pot and how do you get it out, remember, take your hands. Do that, do that, do that, do that, okay? Put it around the plant, just like that, right? Turn it upside down, squeeze, squeeze. Out it comes. Okay, nice and easy. Because this is a trailing lobelia, I'm putting it right on the edge. I want it to cascade. I want it to do that thing. Okay, so stay there where you are, Mason, because I am now going to add in a beautiful petunia, because remember we spoke about petunias. We said how wonderful they are for hanging baskets, for pots, for, oh, look. Oh, man, and I love the lime green. Isn't it? It's looking yummy already. Guys, it's looking yummy. Okay, I want to really pimp this. So I'm going to use this little Scaviola. Scaviola is a great autumn, winter flowering little perennial. This is a pink. It opens up in waves. Really spectacular. Same thing. Hold my hand there. Turn it. Squeeze, squeeze. Out it comes. All right. And this little baby, in fact, I'm going to put on the edge right over here. It's just around the corner, but it's just going to cascade down. Okay. If you're wanting things more permanent, I'm actually not going to plant this. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. This is a little sedum. It's a lovely little succulent ground cover. That could go over here quite nicely. Do you see how it's picking up on the lime green here? So this guy, literally, if you break a piece off and stick it in the garden, it will grow. Okay, so it's picking up on that. The white is a lovely contrast, and that is all working really nicely. Then guys, for filling in between. And I'm not going to do it all now, but you'll fill up the rest of your container, and then you will pop in your beautiful violas. Okay, so if I pop these out of my tray, and I just put in a few little violas here. Let me show you what the end result is going to be, because that is what we are looking at. A little viola in there. Pop one or two more little yellow guys in here, and it is going to be fantastic. So you see it just by mixing your colors, working with plants that are going to give you that color that we're all wanting to go through those dreary months. So all you would do now is add in your bits of color. There's some spaces at the back. You'll see there's quite big spaces. Mason, if you come in here and have a look, there is some space at the back here. Look at that. But that space is for this plant to grow and full. And if this was against a wall, okay, then even better, because you do need the space and you don't need to spend money on planting plants right at the back here that you're not going to be using. So in fact, I might then even take my little Scaviola and put him here on the edge. Okay, so that there we have got the beautiful cascading look that I'm wanting, with the height in the back, with this lovely tea bush, the white coming through, my scaveola, petunia, sedum, lobelia, pansies, and Bob's your uncle. Now, doesn't that work? Mason, thumbs up? Does it look good? Well, Mason says it looks good. I can't get to the other side of the window box to actually see what it looks like, so I'm really hoping it looks okay. But these colors work for me. They're bright, they're cheery, guys. And how would we look after this? Well, very, very simply, what you would use is, guys, once you have just planted, it's very important to get your plants settled. Once you've just got them in, I would use some start grow. Folks, this is very, very simple. It doesn't have nitrogen in it. It doesn't encourage leaf growth. It encourages root growth, okay? And it's got calcium and it's got some iron in it. And what that does is helps plants get over their initial shock of transplanting or seed sowing to encourage good rooting. Okay, and that's what we want. It's a capful of this, which is 5 mils, into 5 liters of water. It really goes a long, long way. Bang for your buck, it works. Okay, so use that for the first 2 weeks of your application. Put that in, and thereafter, go with this. It's 5 mils into 5 liters as well. It's called multi-grow. You'll pick it up at your local builders. And this has got the nitrogen, the potassium, the calcium, organic based, and you're going to water. So when you're watering, you're also feeding. Plus, remember, our potting soil had 3 months worth of plant food in it. Plus, we added the Atlantic bio-ocean. So, guys, this guy is like a beaver. He has got all the plant food in him ready to go. And the rest is for you to just sit back and enjoy. This is only one combination, folks. There are so many combinations that you can use and choose yourself. So go out there and be creative. Go and get them. Fiddle around. And if you don't feel like making your own window box, then make your husband do it. Or you can go and purchase one, which you can then use. And let me tell you, color up your life and color up your winter. Remember, guys, that everything that I've used today and shown you is available at your local builder. So get on down there and get it done. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Remember to visit the blog on the website, where you can get loads more videos, DIY inspiration, and lots of articles that are brought to you by the Gardener magazine. Folks, enjoy this next few weeks of gathering your plants and your seeds and getting them into your garden. Remember, we'll answer all your questions a little bit later that you guys have posted that we haven't had a chance to get to. Thank you so much. Take care of you and yours. God bless you all. And most importantly, as always, happy gardening.